Players are ready to go. Donald Young going to serve on the near side.
0-0.
And Garnett on the far side. Here we go.
Side out. Zero, zero. Point.
And the backhand from Garnett just finds the inside of the line. And he gets on the board first.
1-0. Point. Two, zero. Point.
And the return just a bit long there from Young.
3-0.
Quick 3-0 lead for Garnett.
Side out. Zero, three. Point.
And there's the forehand, so much topspin, just dips it into the back of the court. And Donald Young is on the board.
1-3. Point. Two, three.
And Garnett unable to convert the volley there. And Young was in a deficit, but now he's tied it up. Knotted up at 3 here.
Side out. Three, three. Point. Four, three. Point.
And just Garnett going to that backhand repeatedly during that point, eventually getting an error.
5-3. Point. Timeout receiver.
Ben Bramblett,
3-6.
men's singles quarterfinal action.
Point.
Ben, how are we doing today?
Doing good. Just got in from the airport and excited to
4-6.
watch some singles.
Just ripped forehand there from
Point.
Donald Young. There's that tennis background we always talk
5-6.
about.
Side
Wow.
out.
Connor Garnett penning the line with that shot.
Catches the line. That's why we talk about a two-handed backhand so much. Shots like that, Ben. Too good on the angle. We saw him hit a great shot on the backhand, and then very next point goes for the forehand. Really solid drives there from Connor Garnett. So much topspin.
Seven, 5. Side out.
So I've seen Connor Garnett play a lot, and I think one of the most difficult things about playing him is when he gets on a run, he's one of the hardest players to
5,
stop.
7.
I think that's a great point, Ben, because we know, especially in singles, pickleball is such a game of runs. And so if you're a player that gets so
6-7.
hot, so tough to stop that. clean winner there, Donald Young. Saying, hey, I have a two-handed backhand over here too, you know? Can't forget about that.
7-7. Point.
Missed return.
Not going to work against you, or they're going to be just a different look for the other player.
8-7.
And if they don't consciously realize that and make some adjustments, a lot of times you'll find that you're getting more forehands than you should be.
Point.
It's a great point, and you'd like to see Garnett there just goes back behind Young, went to his backhand twice in a row. And it looks like one, it hit the net, it also hit the Carvana sign on the net there. And we're knotted up here at 8.
8-8. Side out.
And it's a bit of a stalemate here at 8. You just have a feeling, Ben, that whoever gets off of 8 on their serve first is going to be the one that takes this game.
Yeah, several side outs in a row here. Oh, and that's
Side
very
out.
deep.
Eight.
And unlucky,
Point.
well, very lucky if you're Donald Young, unlucky if you're Connor Garnett off the net there. 2 points away from taking game 1.
Point.
Rips the
Game
forehand
point.
down the line. We've got a game point here for Donald Young, Ben.
10-8. Side out.
And Young, a little upset with himself there, screamed that was there, but it went off the net.
8-10.
1 game point saved.
Side out.
Oh, I'm not
Not
sure
enough to
about that
overroll.
one.
So hard to tell from
Game point.
our angle there.
10-8. Side out.
So it looks like Connor's still choosing to go to the backhand, and I like that. Make them try to hit a really sharp cross-court shot.
8-10.
In third
Side out. Game point.
serve in a
10-8.
row for Garnett that goes long. And that
Point
is going
for
to do it. A
third.
tough ending to game 1 there for Connor Garnett. We're back at game 2 action, this men's singles quarterfinal. I'm Will Doughton, joined by Ben Bramlett.
0-0.
We saw
Point.
Donald Young take game 1 behind points like that. Smooth forehand winner. What are you liking here from Donald Young, Ben?
Heavy topspin on the passes.
1-0.
I think he made a good choice with that paddle. Yeah, another great
Point.
shot. That's a very unique paddle. I don't know if you've ever held one, but it feels like rubber on the surface.
Really?
Yeah.
2-0.
Well, whatever it is, Donald Young
Side out.
hits it very, very well. Some of those drives, I mean, obviously, you can see the tennis influence. Just with how hard he hits them, it's shocking that they're able to drop inside the
0-2.
lines, right?
Side
Yeah,
out.
and I think if anything, I mean, one thing that may hurt him is he goes for a little bit too much. He's definitely got some really flashy shots, but I think there's some cases where you can
2-0.
just focus on making it over net.
Side out.
But that return was just too good to handle.
0-2.
I think we're seeing a little bit of what you talked about
Side
earlier,
out.
Ben, with the different patterns of playing a lefty, because a lot of these shots that Garnett's hitting would usually be
2-0.
going over the backhand of a righty, but they're going straight to the Young forehand.
Yeah,
Point.
absolutely.
And it's
Yeah.
something as small as that that can make a huge difference, huge implications for the match.
3-0.
There we go. You talked about the return, Ben. That one looked like it was right on the line and anticipated Young going down the line there on the backhand and sent it the other way.
0-3.
Gets
This
an
is
important
fantastic.
side out.
Point.
This is that Connor Garnett run I was talking about
1-3.
earlier. Let's see if he keeps it up.
Side out. Three one. Point. Four one. Point. Five one. Side out.
That one, Young took a big swing at it, but the net was just so strong, just kept it on his side.
I can really tell Donald Young has been working
1-5.
on that two-handed backhand.
And there's Garnett saying,
Point.
hey, don't forget about me. I've got some pretty great shots myself. Rips that one down the line. Young able to handle it.
2-5. Side out.
Just on the run there. Good pressure from Young. Looked like he took the
Sorry.
fourth ball volley really early to create that angle.
Five two. Side out.
What do you think Garnett's got to do to get back in this game? It's down 2-5.
I would love to see
2-5.
him hit some more middle balls and see which wing Donald takes it on.
Point.
Make him a little bit uncomfortable. Players who really love that forehand, if you hit the ball right up the middle, sometimes they can struggle to create space
3-5.
there.
Point.
I think that's a
Right now,
great
receiver,
point. And
4-5.
timeout here from Donald Young as we hear Connor Garnett with a come on, trying to pump himself.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me, I'ma fall like face it. None of y'all can stop me saying where we like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one doing face it. None of y'all can stop me saying where we like face it. Face it. Face it.
Donald Young at 4-5.
4-5. Time in. One timeout remaining. Two timeouts. 4-5.
What a point.
Side out.
The volleys from Donald Young and Garnett just running like a madman all over the court.
5-4. Side out.
We follow up an awesome point with a missed serve.
That's what we call same guy effect.
Same guy effect.
Same guy.
4-5. Point.
And Garnett feeling it after that one. Rips it down the line. And we're tied at 5 here in
5-5.
game 2.
Point.
I think if I'm Donald Young, I'm calling a
6-5.
timeout on the next lost point.
Point.
And maybe you are Donald Young, Ben. You called it right there. But let's not forget what a beautiful shot that was from Connor Garnett. Barely dipping over the net. A clean winner there. So what do you think has changed here for Connor Garnett in Game 2 to help him reel off 6 points in a row?
7-5. Side out.
Again, two-handed backhand from Donald Young. Gets that one.
I love the fight from both these guys. Nobody's laying down.
Side out.
I think when you get this deep in a tournament, you know you've had a great day. You know you want more. Not willing to let that give up. You know, not willing to give up, right?
Side out. 5-7.
And the touch from Connor Garnett, the touch volley, able to absorb that pace from Donald Young so well.
So that was fantastic. Connor Garnett gave him so many middle balls there.
Point.
Just not allowing him to create those really sharp angles with his forehand or backhand.
A5. Side out.
Had a good look at that one. It looked like just pushed it a bit long.
5-8.
Well, I'm
Point.
curious in the last match if you got to see more cat and mouse, because we have not really seen any of that in this match.
That's those tennis players for you.
Yeah.
I think we have been seeing it as we've been getting
6-8.
deeper into the draws for sure.
Side out.
You hear Donald Young there saying the out ball off the net court is bad luck.
8-6.
Can't argue with him there.
Point.
And there's that cat and mouse you were talking about. Really, it feels like that's the first true cat and mouse point we've had this whole match, Ben.
9-6. Point. Game point. 10-6. Side out.
And one game point saved by Donald Young. We'll see if he can put together a run here. Stay in game 2.
Point. Seven 10. Point.
It looked like that one's in. Now he's within 2 points here.
8-10. Call. Point.
And Garnett, unsure of that one. Lets it be in, says too good. Nice sportsmanship there from the 3 seed.
9-10. Side out. Game point.
He gets a big side out there. Another game point to force a game 3 for Garnett.
10-9. Side out. 9-10. Side out.
Great net coverage by
Great
Connor
point.
there. And I love that he's minimizing the angles that Donald Young has by
10-9.
not putting too many in the corners.
Side out.
It's an aggressive volley there.
Very aggressive. He was either going to hit a clean winner or hit it into the net, and he did the former, and another game point saved.
9-10. Side out.
Garnett reassuring Donald Young that one was a bit wide.
He promised, so
10-9.
He promised,
it
so
had to be out.
Side out.
Interestingly enough, it seemed like there was a gust of wind that kind of came during the middle of that point. Looked like Young's
9-10.
volley was almost going to be out, but looked like the wind may have kept it in.
Side out. Great point.
Another game point here for Garnett.
10-9.
Feels
Side
like we've
out.
seen the same exact point be played on these same exact 3 game points. A third to the Donald Young backhand, a volley, and then a miss.
9-10.
Yep.
Side out.
Would you expect
Timeout,
anyone to call
Selkirk.
timeout here?
10-9. Side out. Nine, 10. Side out. 3 point. Hang on.
And as if this game could not go any longer, we have a delay because the ball came on the court.
10-9. Point, second game.
And that is going to do it somewhat anticlimactically.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
Reaction underway here, men's singles quarterfinal. We've got
Point.
Donald Young taking on Connor Garnett in a decisive Game 3. I'm Will Doughton, joined by Ben Bramblett. And Donald Young off to a good start with a 1-0 lead.
0. Point.
So Donald Young starting to mix up that backhand pattern. Last point he went line and he went cross court there. So I really like to see that.
And the result's just the same.
Yeah.
Clean winner on the second one.
Two, 0.
What a point
Point.
there. I think one thing, it may be forgotten in the grand scheme of the point, but just the hands from Connor Garnett to adjust while the ball is in the air after the net.
Side out.
Looks like Donald may have had an opportunity to call a ball on court there. Chose
0,
not to.
3. Point. 1-3.
The nice
Point.
ankle volley there, the touch volley from Garnett.
2-3, 1 minute. 2-3. Start out. 3-2. Start out. 2-3. Side out. 3-2. Side out. 2-3. Point. Three. Side out. 3-3. Point. 4-3.
Nice put away there from Connor Garnett. And back and forth, game 3.
3-4. Side out.
A little surprised that let wasn't called there, Ben. Looked like Lena Padigamaito from the other court was nearly on grandstand. But I guess the ball was out, so.
4-3. Side out. 3-4.
Yeah, D. Right in the honey hole.
Point.
Garnett able to put that one away.
Yeah,
And he shot to
maybe
his
an
backhand.
opportunity- Maybe an opportunity for Donald to hit like a slice dink back there. Hitting a two-handed roll behind you like that is just so hard to do.
4-4. Point. 5-4.
Ooh, and that one
Point. Timeout. Change it.
unable to get it over the net. Players will switch sides here. Garnett with a 6-4 advantage in game. And the angle from Donald Young on the backhand. Feels like, again, we've seen that point play out many times, especially on this side, with the third going straight to the Young's
4-6.
backhand.
Point.
I think as you get into a third game, both players kind of understand the patterns they're going to hit to each other. It's usually kind of a predefined set of 2 or 3 patterns. This is more about execution, who can execute just a very
5-6. Side out.
very small margin.
Question to your point, do you see players kind of change up their patterns in game 3 and switch it up, or just continue and trust that the drilling that you've done is going to be enough
Side
to
out.
let you execute better?
Yeah, I definitely think it can happen. If you see somebody that's really far down, obviously they're going to try to make some drastic changes, but a scenario like this, the game is super close. If you're tied 6-6, you change something drastically, you risk, maybe losing a few points in a row. So
6-6.
And the ATP,
Point.
just Young able to return it. Just too much open court there. Out of the timeout. Young to serve.
7-6. Side out.
I'm intrigued by Connor's choice not to tie his sweatpants up there.
Oh, the shorts.
The shorts, yeah.
6-7.
Maybe it allows you to hit shots like that.
Yeah. There's got to be something to it.
And that's a big shot there for Garnett.
7-7.
Come on, D. Stand up.
Side out.
You hear both players being vocal as we get into the latter stages of this game 3. They know how important this match is.
7-7. Side out. Seven. Side out.
Drop volley again from Donald Young.
So much spin it didn't even bounce outside of the kitchen. That's impressive.
7-7.
Garnett showing the angle of his own. Such a short angle on that forehand volley.
Seven. Point.
Great anticipation there from Garnett to read the down the line shot from Donald Young. And again, one of the very few cat and mouse points we've had, if we're going to consider that cat and mouse,
8-7. Side out. Seven, 8. Point. Eight. Side out.
I would wager to say this is probably one of the closest, if not the closest quarterfinal we're going to see today.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, these guys have been neck and neck the whole match.
8.
It is also the final quarterfinal that we're seeing, so I would have to say this is definitely the closest one we've had.
8. Side out.
Maybe one of the closest matches that we've seen today.
Yeah.
All, men's or women's, in whatever round. Garnett loads up on the backhand there.
9-8.
Gets the air.
Point.
You would look to go line with that or play
Time
another drop
in.
volley.
10-8.
No, you didn't want it.
Side out.
And had a good look at a forehand volley. Just unable to keep it in the court.
8-10.
Chance for Donald Young.
Point.
It's tough to close.
9-10.
And down the line
Point.
backhand, and we are tied at 10.
10-10. Side out.
It looked like Young was going to have a look identical to the shot he had last point. Unable
10-10.
to keep that one in.
Side out.
And the margins on these shots, Ben, are just so tight.
Yep.
10-10.
Oh my
Point.
gosh.
Match point.
And off the net, Garnett let it go, thinking it was going to be out. It lands in. And now match point for Donald Young.
11-10. Side out.
A lot of respect to Connor Garnett for calling that one in, especially in such a close match.
We've seen that twice now in this match where he's given some close. And the backhand, short angle cross court gets it done for Donald Young. Another match point for the lefty. And to your point, Ben, we've seen Garnett do that twice. Give the point when he wasn't sure of the call.
Point game match.